personal, authentic, short and simple. 4 key words that I want you to focus on when planning your interview strategy. In this video, I will show you the simple planning technique you need to do to confidently and authentically deal with any interview question and stop you from Googling how to answer certain types of questions. It will also make sure that you, the candidate, match the requirements of the job posting and can demonstrate this in the interview. I'm Paul, your business English coach and real life finance director. I will be posting a series of videos in this channel to help you put together an awesome job application strategy. So please go ahead, save, hit notifications, subscribe, share, and ask me any questions that you want in the comments below. So for this video, I need to assume that you've seen my previous video, which is called Don't Start Creating Your CV or Cover Letter Until You Have Done This Exercise. It's a long title, I know. Because in that video, there is an exercise that I'm going to talk about in this video. But let me recap. In the previous video, what we did was we made a list of situations that we found ourselves in and things that we did or have done during our adult life, at school, at college, at university, at work experience, in internships, community work, charity work, sports clubs, etc. What were our experiences there? Not just the great stuff, but also maybe some of the bad stuff. Not just the things where we were a superstar and made a fabulous impact, but also some of the times that we may have made a bit of a mistake and messed things up. All will become clear. Let's check out this template. It was from the previous video. This is exactly the sort of template that you need to be doing. A list of experiences, and now we're going to use the CARL structure, C-A-R-L structure. C for context, couple of sentences explaining the situation or problem. A for action, a couple of bullet points explaining the action you took. R for result or impact, a couple of sentences there. And L for learnings and skills and values. What was it that you learned from these experiences? If you're saying this is the same as stars, it kind of is, but it's slightly different. But don't worry about that. Use stars if you prefer. But the final column is the most important. Why? These skills, learnings and values will be what the interviewer is going to look for on your CV and in the interview. These skills will be on the job posting that you need to check if you match. Check out this job posting. I stole it off LinkedIn. It's real. Now there's over 330 words on it. Most of them are just repeating the same stuff about partnership this and partnership that. You need to focus on this bit at the bottom. This is where they're defining what they need from you, the candidate. There are literally 9 important words on this entire posting. Let's write down those 9 words and see if we match to our spreadsheet with our experiences. Match those 9 skills to one of your stories and experiences. Here you can see how this candidate has gone through all of the 9 skills required from the company and matched them to his personal experiences on his spreadsheet. He has matched them to the final column of his CARL analysis, where he notes his learnings and skills. Now that's it. That's the exercise. It's not rocket science, but it's very, very, very impactful. Why is it so impactful? Well, number one, it gets your brain organized. Most people have all of their experiences somewhere stuck at the back of their head. If you do the exercise of writing down your experiences and telling a brief story, it brings them to the front of your brain. So when you look at a job posting, you go, yeah, I've done something like that. Again, it's not rocket science, this exercise. But very few people do it, and those who do it perform much better on their CV and in the interview. And why is that? Well, it's because you have stories to tell on your CV and in your interview which are relevant to the job. And again, that's a really important interview strategy. What do I mean by strategy? What do I mean by stories? In an interview, you're certain to face competency-based questions such as, give me an example of a time you handled conflict in the workplace. Give me an example of how you maintain good working relationships with your colleagues. Give me an example of when you've had to manage a difficult customer. Give me an example of when you have failed. It's important. That should be on your spreadsheet. Times when you have messed up. as I was saying before. There are endless types of these questions. I mean, you've probably Googled them. Please stop Googling them. They all want the same thing, these questions. A story about when you've showed a type of skill, a value, or a learning. So there are millions of these questions on Google. And that's the problem. People are Googling how to do this particular question, when actually all you have to do is the exercise with your spreadsheet where you've got your experiences and your skills and values and learnings, and then you are already equipped to match one of your stories to one of the skills requirements on the job posting. Do this exercise and you will have zero problems with this type of interview. No more Googling. Deep thinking about yourself. That's all you need to do. Do this exercise. Keep it personal, authentic, short and simple. What do you mean by personal? Well, personal language. So I did this, I said that, I presented this, I decided to, my idea was, my opinion was. Those are really important pronouns which tells the interviewer you know your strengths. Authentic, well, of course, tell the truth. Lots of people tell lies in interviews. It's quite easy to detect some of those lies, but it's much better if you are telling real authentic stories. They don't have to be amazing stories about how you've changed the world. They just need to be real examples of your real experiences. And you're more likely to remember the truth. If you try to create stories which are not true, you probably might forget them. Short. Okay, this is crucial. Short stories with this type of structure, Carl, are more impactful. Keep to this structure. If it's too long and not structured, you will get lost and you will bore people. Short sentences with pauses are easier to remember and more impactful. Simple. Keep your English simple. Fancy, complex English is not impressive. You will make mistakes, you will get confused, and you will not impress the interviewer. So my advice is, do not Google competency questions. Do this exercise from these last two videos and truly understand your answers. Focus on that final column. What did you learn? What did you develop? What skills and values did you show? Why do I emphasize this point? Because I, as an interviewer, I'm going to start my questions from the final column. I want to test whether you've got those skills. Give me an example of when you have demonstrated analytical skill. So focus heavily on that final column. Now it's your turn. Email me at the address below and I will send you this template. It's just an Excel document, it's nothing crazy. Do the exercise, take your time, think deeply, be open-minded. Don't tell yourself that your experiences are boring and not relevant. Get them all written down, all of them. You can delete them afterwards if they're boring. Focus on the final column. Keep it personal, keep it authentic, keep it short, keep it simple. What next? Well, more videos on how to develop an awesome job application strategy. That's it for this video today. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned a new and important technique. It's highly effective. Don't forget to hit subscribe and notifications, and feel free to ask me any questions that you want.